it's interesting. We not only have Shannon Hogan, who's been our host since before I got to the island, so I think she's been here 9 years, 10 years almost. But we have AJ Malesko, who is a U.S. Olympian, who does national games now for ESPN, that we have on our show maybe 20 times a year. She's not on full time, but she's there a lot, and she has been. And the reason she's not on as much as she used to be is because she does a lot of national work. And I work with Jennifer Bottrell, who's a Canadian Olympian, on some of our TNT stuff. And, I think that the one real good thing about hockey is that there is a female equivalent, right? For baseball, there is no equivalent, right? For football, there is no equivalent. Yeah, basketball is probably the other sport where you could say that. But, I think hockey's done a really good job of recognizing that, women who played Olympic hockey is basically making it to the NHL for what they could do. And so they have the respect of people in the game of hockey because of what they've done, that people will still question it because people are stupid. But at the same time, people understand the game just as well as anybody else that played it. I've had interactions on Twitter with people where, people will come after AJ or Jennifer and say they never played the game and they never played in the NHL and they shouldn't be able to analyze it and talk about it. And my response is, no one has a problem with me talking about the NHL and hockey and giving my thoughts. I never played because my voice is deeper. I get to say what I think about hockey and no one bats an eye, but because they don't have a deep voice that they get questioned, even though they played at the Olympic level. I played D3 club hockey. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So I think more and more people are understanding that they do, have the right to speak and have value. And to hockey's credit, and I'm not involved in as many other sports, but there has been a significant, I don't want to say interest, but a significant point of emphasis to bring in more women. And we've seen it now, not only in broadcasting, but at the hockey operations level. I think there are 6 female assistant general managers now in the sport in the NHL specifically. And there are more and more coaches, whether they're development coaches, they're not on the benches yet, which is great, which I'm sure they'll get there. But hockey has done a really good job of making it an emphasis and following through with it, and not just checking the box, of finding quality candidates to fill the positions. And I think broadcasting's along with it. We probably don't have as many women analyzing hockey. There's a lot that are hosts, which is great. But I think that, that next step is analyzing and getting into the play-by-play role. And I think the play-by-play role is interesting because it's just not something, I think, and you guys probably can speak to this, that women ever thought was even open in the job field for them, that it was just never even a possibility. And I think that now we have women that have done play-by-play. There's a woman full-time in the NBA that does play-by-play. There are a couple of female play-by-play broadcasters in the NHL, one Leah Hextall, who's on ESPN. So I just think that more and more now we're seeing it, which will open up the possibility for younger girls to think that they can do that. And then that will, at some point down the future, pay dividends, and we'll start seeing them, come in this role. But there's no reason why they can't be here. And I'm happy to see that it's trending in that direction.